welcome to the Three Spurs Boys. Wow. Everybody predicted we'll get either Europa, Conference, even 9th place this season. Top 4. Right there. All we need is a draw against Norwich. And hopefully we won't blunder that, yeah?
Yeah, but I don't know. Arsenal could score 15 goals.
We're still going to be a couple of points ahead of them, though.
No.
If
it's a draw and they win, then it'll be 3 points.
No, they're at 66 points. We're at 68 points, Chris.
Yeah, but if we draw, then we're at 69 points.
Oh,
and then if they win 15-0, we'll draw.
But they're versing Everton. Dele Alli hat trick. Come on, Dele Alli.
Come on, Dele Alli.
Now, we have a very, very special guest today with a wicked studio, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's welcome Will from THFC Rants.
Wait. There's more than that. He's actually the Spurs YouTube twerking champion.
Let's welcome Will.
Hello.
Hello.
What's going on, fellas? How you doing?
We're good. How are you?
Doing good.
That's good.
Yeah, I don't know about twerking champion, but yeah, I only do that for my Korean fans. So
we're Asian.
but you're not Korean, so unfortunately,
You could be Korean. Oh wait, hold up. Our last name's Kang.
Kong. It would be pronounced Kong in Korean, yeah, but
Kong. Yeah.
it's close. That's right. It's close.
Just like we are close to top 4.
Yeah.
We are very close to top 4. Not there yet, but we're close.
No, we're gonna be there. 4-0. Come on.
4-0.
If we show up to play, 4-0 is a reasonable prediction. It is. Problem is we've got to show up to play. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that it would be a good idea to start Harry Kane just after he recovered from his illness?
Yeah, I don't. If it's just like kind of like a 24-hour flu type of a deal, he should be fine today. I think I saw pictures of him in training today, so he should be okay to go.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's great. In fact.
Yeah. I think we should play Son forward and keep Kane on the bench and put Kane on later because I really want Son to win the Golden Boot because Son's my favorite player.
Son is one of my favorite players too. To be honest with you, that's not a horrible idea. I don't think Harry Kane would like it if he's available. But yeah, no, I mean, our issues against Norwich, if we have any, aren't going to be from who's up top, right? It's going to be from leaking goals and behind, right? So, the defensive players are the ones that are going to have to show up tomorrow to really make sure that we do this. Because, like you know, with all likelihood, all we need is a point. So,
yeah. Well, we all know Dejan Kulusevski and Christian Romero, Tottenham. We got to keep them. But the only problem is that they're going to cost £80 million, which is a lot of money, even for Daniel Levy. Actually, $5 is a lot for Daniel Levy. Let's be honest here. But $80 million. And if we do end up spending it on them and we keep them, how much more do you think he'll invest in the summer?
Well, I think that the way that those work out, like I think that Kulusevski's loan was an 18-month loan with an option to buy, so they could literally just go through the last 12 months of the loan and not have to pay anything up front. So that could save some money there. And I think with the Romero purchase that we've been, I've heard some mixed reports, but I think basically what's going on is we've been paying on that. Over the past 12 months. So I don't think we have the full amount left to pay. But those budgets should be, and most player sales too, are amortized over 5 years, meaning they spread out that payment over the entire length of the contract.
Yeah.
So we should be able to, still spend a reasonable amount in the summer. So plus we got a lot of people to sell too. So
Sorry.
Yeah. Who? Diggs.
Who should we sell? About half the team. No. For sure, we got to get rid of Lo Celso and Ndombele. Brian Hill probably too would be one that could go. He doesn't have to go necessarily. He's still young enough that there might be a use for him in the future, even though I don't really see one personally. Harry Winks needs to go. He's obviously not playing.
Yep.
probably Emerson Royale could probably go out if we got other because we really need to focus on a quality right wing back.
Yeah.
Because in a Conte system, all of the creativity comes through wing backs, and particularly the right wing back, because the way Conte likes to play is he likes to overload the right hand side and then switch play to the left, right? So that right wing back is even more important than the left wing back, to be honest with you. And so Emerson Royale is probably a player that we can move on. Steven Bergwijn doesn't seem like he likes sitting on the bench, although I wouldn't necessarily say that he's one that needs to go. He's a player that we could probably get a decent chunk of cash for, and if we're going to be buying a backup striker or a new person who would eventually get in over him, he would probably be somebody that we can move on, right?
Yeah.
Upgrade on. So there's a lot of money could be raised from player sales. So
Yeah.
So we all know Norwich is getting relegated. Which 3 players would you take from them?
3 players from Norwich. There's not many. If you wanted a backup striker who didn't cost a whole lot of money, who wouldn't mind sitting on the bench, I don't necessarily think that Josh Sargent wouldn't be a bad shout.
Yeah.
Not just because he's American and I'm American, but he's a player who knows that he's not really good enough to expect to start week in and week out, but he's older. He's 23, I think 22, 23. So he's got a little bit of age. He's bigger, he's stronger. And just even training in a Conte side, I think for him personally would be a good thing. So I think he would see it as a move up to come in and just sit on the bench and play in cup matches here and then. He scored a couple goals for Norwich this season. I think he scored 2 in one game or something like that. Not a lot, but I mean, he's not a player that's good. Like, he's not a good striker. But just somebody to, he's probably not going to cost a whole lot. He's not going to mind sitting on the bench. Just somebody to kind of fill space on the bench rather than, like having Dane Scarlett on the bench is fine, but it's obvious that he's never coming in, right? Even in an emergency circumstance. So why not have somebody sitting on the bench who could do at least pull a shift? He's played several years in the senior level in Germany and, this season at Norwich. So, him staying at Norwich too, from a personal standpoint for him, isn't going to be a bad deal either. Other players from Norwich, I guess you could say Max Aarons would be a similar one, for, like Josh Sargent, who's really not good enough to get in anywhere. I don't really see him as being any better than Sessegnon or Reguilon, so. But that's it, man. The third one I couldn't really tell you, to be honest with you.
Oh.
I mean, Pookie would be one, but I don't think Pookie wants to sit behind anybody. I think Pookie kind of likes playing in the yo-yo team.
Old. He's like, I think 32, 33.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. What do you mean,
What do I do?
Ask another question.
Can you show the studio?
Oh, no.
It's studio.
Sorry. I thought it was my turn to ask a question, but I didn't look at the question thing, so I got confused. But, okay, can you show us around your studio, please?
Show you around my studio. Yeah, it's a little bit of a mess here. Let's see. Let me see real quick here. We got
Whoa!
Wow,
what a view!
Yeah, this is the side area here where if I have guests, that's why I'll do that here. But I've got some products that I'm reviewing. So if I ever had a guest in the studio, this is where they would be, and they have their own mic and camera and stuff like that. And then and that's kind of the backdrop for them over there. And then this is just my, TV. I've got my match balls up there. I got 4 Premier League match balls, 3 World Cup match balls. I haven't bought the one for this World Cup yet. But we have the Telstar, the Brazuca, and the Jabulani.
Wow.
I collect match balls, kind of. And we have the last
What
4
are
years.
what are your 3 favorite things in that room? They
Three
keep no matter
favorite
what.
things in this room. I've got some autographed Harry Kane photographs that I bought online, and then I got one with Harry Kane and son. That one's kind of cool. My scarves. I like my match balls. My match balls are nice. So, yeah. What else? Third thing. So be the photographs, the balls. I guess I'd have to say probably, this camera right here is probably the next best thing.
Not all the photographs, Will. Pick one.
Out of the photographs, it's got to be the one with sun in it, right? So it would be one here. It's got Harry Kane's son.
Whoa.
So, yeah, that's cool.
Did you get it autographed or did you buy it like that?
You can buy them autographed. You just go to like a sports memorabilia shop or whatever, and you can get them, buy them autographed and stuff like that. Yeah. I've never actually been to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, so I didn't get an autograph myself in person. But
Oh, okay. We have to tell our dad to buy us one.
yeah, a couple $100 usually, unfortunately.
Too much money, out of budget.
I got like $2 to my name.
$2. There you go. 2 Canadian or 2 US?
Canadian.
So it's like $1.25 then.
No.
Just
$1.40.
$1.40.
Who do you think will shine for us in the Norwich game?
Who's gonna shine for us? Hopefully, Son. I think Son's gonna be one. Two scenarios I see coming on in this game. I see us struggling, or I see us dominating. Those are really only two possibilities. So Son is going to want to score.
Yeah.
And because I don't think Mohamed Salah is going to be starting tomorrow for Liverpool versus I think
He's
it's
not.
Wolves.
Because Klopp wants to save no. He wants to not worsen his injury before the final of the Champions League.
Yeah, that's what I heard. But I heard he might come on. Apparently he's going to be he wasn't even on the bench for their midweek game, and then or the last match that they played against Southampton.
Yeah.
But I think he's supposed to be on the bench tomorrow. That may have changed, but he probably won't start. So he's not going to get a full 90 minutes. I think maybe, and he'll only come on if they really, I think if they need him to, because they got to get that 3 points, right? But they do have the Champions League final coming up next week, right? So I don't think they're going to be taking too many risks, because unless because what they'll be doing is everybody will be following score lines across the Premier League that's relevant to their thing. The coaching staff will be looking at Arsenal to see what they're doing, and the coaching staff for Liverpool will be looking at City to see what they're doing. So if it shows to the point where City's down 2 or something, they may bring him in to help if they're struggling to win. But if they're winning 2-0 or something like that, he probably won't come on at all. But here's the problem with Son is that if the other people are having a tough day and Son really wants to score, he gets frustrated sometimes. So if you saw him against Burnley, he gets a little bit angry sometimes. And when he starts to get frustrated, he can tend to be off his mark a little bit. He plays better when he's calm and happy. He's not an angry player. So if he gets angry, it may hurt him a little bit. So that's the only situation that I necessarily see that could be hurting us. So if, say the midfield is not doing well, or if the defense is making mistakes and Pookie's getting in behind them, and, if we just kind of come out there and sit on our laurels and just kind of walk through the motions, we actually have to go out and play tomorrow.
Yeah.
If we don't go out and play tomorrow, I think it could be everybody's worst nightmare. But if we lose it, it's our own fault. Do I think we'll lose it? No. Is it possible? Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah. We have to start on fire.
Yeah, we got to go out, play hard all the time. Even if we go up 3-0 in the first half, we can't take our foot off the gas and coast. And right, it's the last match of the season. There's nothing to rest for. We don't have any matches coming up after this. We need to just go the full throttle the whole 90 minutes and just beat them as bad as possible. You know, 6-7-0 if it's able, do it. You know,
when we're up 4-0, we have to make it 10.
Exactly. Always have that mentality. Right?
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess this is the perfect time to ask score predictions. What do you think the score is going to be?
Score predictions for me tomorrow. I'm probably going to say I'm going to go with like a 3 or 4-0.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Son will probably score 2 and just get the golden boot by himself.
Yeah.
All he needs is 1 because even a tie he's got it. He's the co-winner of it. So at least 1 for Son. I think he's probably going to get about 2. I think Harry Kane will probably score 1, 2. I think you might see like a Højbjerg or a maybe a Sessegnon goal or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Krish? What do you think the score is going to be?
No, I'm kidding. It's not really hard at all. 32-0 to Tottenham. Son's going to score all 32. Kane with all 32 assists. Kane's going to get the assist award thing.
Yeah, he would need 5. I think Masala's on 14 assists, 13 or 14. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, Kane with 32 assists, Son with 32 goals. Going to smash it completely. Well, that's what I hope in my heart. But honestly, I think we're going to win 5-0.
5-0.
Son with the hat trick. Kane with 3 assists and Kulusevski on the double.
Hey.
There you go.
You know what? You always make these crazy predictions. Never coming true. But this is the game. This is the game that's going to come true. 32-0.
32-0.
But little K, as a Son fan, the best possible scenario for Son tomorrow is 2 goals and 3 assists. Because that means he would finish the season on 10 assists, which would be he would become the first player in Premier League history to get double goals and assists 3 seasons in a row.
3 seasons in a row?
Yep. He scored he's had 10 assists the last 2 seasons and then double-digit goals, double-digit assists. So he only needs 3. So even worst case scenario, 1 goal would share him the golden boot. But he's got to get, if he gets 3 more assists, that would put him up to 10 assists, which would make him the first player in Premier League history.
Yeah.
Wow.
Double 3 seasons in a row.
Who's your favorite player on Tottenham?
Son's probably my favorite. I like Harry Kane too. A lot of people think I don't like Harry Kane because I always fight for Son, but I fight for Son because I don't think that he gets the respect that he deserves. Right? Everybody respects Harry Kane. Everybody bigs him up.
Yeah.
So I stand up for Son more because I feel like he's being underappreciated, right? Really? So, because I think he's just as valuable as Harry Kane. Like I couldn't choose between them. It would be like choosing between my kids.
Do you have kids?
I got 3 boys, man. 3 kids. They're about your guys' age. So my oldest, Paul, he's a footballer. He plays football. He is 14. So I think he's just a little bit younger than Big K. And 2007 is when Paul was born.
Paul Stewart, like the football player.
That's right, Paul Stewart.
You don't look a day over 20, in all honesty.
I'm 41, so
What?
almost 42. Yeah,
It's only 5 years younger than my father.
yeah, I'm an old
And to be
guy.
honest, my father kind of looks his age, but you don't really look your age.
Well, thank you. I
That looks
appreciate it.
60.
Yeah, but like, see, this is
I can hear you, right?
Oh.
No.
And then I have my middle son, Aiden. He is 13. He's born 2009. And then my youngest son, Ewing, he was born 2011. He's 10. So, how old are you, little K?
I'm 11.
11. All right. So you're a little bit older than you. You're born 2010.
No, 2022.
What?
No.
You weren't. You'd be 1, not even 1.
No. 2011.
Okay, so you guys were born in the same year. So my kids are half Korean, so in Korean culture, if you're born in the same year, you're friends. So yeah, you can't be friends with somebody who's older or younger than you. You can only be friends if you're born in the same year.
That's
so
interesting, but me and my brother are best friends.
yeah, he would be your hyung in Korean. You call him hyung. So it's like older Korean for older brother. So even if you're friends, so if I have a friend who's a year older than me, I would call him hyung, but he's still my friend. So you call him older brother, even if you're not related.
Young.
Yeah. And then younger brother, you call him dongseng.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So we all know you're the world's YouTube Spurs twerking champion. So can you show us some moves?
No, I can't twerk right now, unfortunately. But yeah, no, I did that as a fun thing. So sometimes as you start to get YouTube and your audience grows, you start to get picked on by people. Sometimes people say mean things in the comments. So
yeah.
Somebody was saying that because people don't know, I lived in Korea for 13 years. And so people think that just like I stick up for Sun just to like make my Korean audience happy. Yeah. So
well, we love you.
Yeah,
so.
no, we love you.
And then one of the guys in the chat was saying that that I twerk for my Korean fans. So the best way, this is the best way to get back at trolls and bullies, is to do what they said, but do it over the top. So like, football is an English sport. And a lot of the guys that watch the shows and stuff like that are all English, and I'm American. So the fact that I get American, sometimes I get picked on because I'm not English. So whenever they do that, I always go into like a real hard cowboy voice,
we're Canadian, so.
Yeah. But Canadians are more well liked than Americans by the English. So you guys are good. Yeah. You guys share a queen, right? So
I agree.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's okay.
What?
Next question.
Oh, well, that's all the questions. Hold on. We forgot one question. Who would you like to see come in for Tottenham this summer? Not from Norwich, not from the Premier League, anywhere around the world.
My number one target is probably Weston McKennie. I think that Weston McKennie would be a good person to come in. I think that he would play really well. He's a lot more attacking minded. But he's also very defensively sound. So in a Conte system, especially in a 3-4-3 where they have two holding mids, which is basically, nope, they don't really play offense and they don't really play defense. They have to kind of do both roles. I think that he's going to score more goals. He's going to get into the box more than like Højbjerg or Bentancur is.
Yeah, he's young as well.
I've never heard of that man in my life.
Plays for Juventus. He's an American kid. He's about 23 years old, I think.
Oh, he's American. Yeah. Now we know why you're saying him.
Yeah, he's my favorite American player. So plays for the U.S. men's national team. Congratulations to Canada too, by the way, for qualifying for the World Cup.
Yeah. What about Pulisic though?
Pulisic plays for Chelsea.
I know. I personally don't like him whatsoever. But do you?
I think Pulisic's a good player. But I think that he's overhyped by the U.S. media and U.S. fan base. Not all, but I don't think he's as good as he makes him out to be. I think that McKinney's a leader. Like when Pulisic misses a lot of the international camps, just they kind of give him preferential treatment because he plays for Chelsea and he's Christian Pulisic. So sometimes he doesn't come to a lot of the games, and when he's gone, I don't really see a huge difference. But when Weston McKennie is gone, I see a huge difference. And he's kind of like a leader on the field. He works the hardest. Whereas Christian Pulisic, he works hard, but he kind of he's almost a little bit like a luxury player, meaning that he just kind of floats around and does what he does because he's Captain America. It's like,
Well, who else?
McKinney, and then striker. We need a backup striker. Who it is, to be honest with you, as long as they're quality, I think Jonathan David would be a good shout. Martinez would be a good shout.
Don't tell us who we need. Just tell us who you would want to see on the team.
Who would I want? To be honest with you, the backup striker position, I'm not really huge on. The only person that I want is probably Weston McKennie. Left side center back. I think Pau Torres would be. I would like to see him come to the club, or Bastoni. And then, yeah, the only person I really want to, Paula Dybala would be one, because my oldest son Paul, he's a big Paula Dybala fan.
Oh.
So if he ends up going to Arsenal, I'm gonna have problems, and I don't want to deal with those problems.
I personally think he's going to Inter, because I think he said he wanted to stay in Italy about a week ago.
Yeah, and I think Roma's interested in him too. So anywhere but Arsenal is fine by me. So I don't want to see Paul Dybala go to Arsenal, because
I have a really, really important question. So you mentioned Captain America before. So who's your favorite Avenger?
My favorite Avenger? That's a good question.
Which Avenger would you like to see on Tottenham?
I'm kind of a nerdy guy, so probably Iron Man, probably one of my favorite Avengers. Yeah, Iron Man or the Hulk, probably one of those two. I like the Hulk just because he's the Hulk, but
that's both for me too. But Iron Man and Hulk are my two favorite. But if we're talking power-wise, I'll have to go for Wanda or Doctor Strange. Wanda Scarlet Witch, if you guys didn't know.
Yeah. She's kind of like Marvel's Superman, right? So
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
3 Spurs boys.
I didn't watch.
We're gonna change our name 3 Marvel boys now.
I did.
Those are a good, lightning fire questions. I have some questions for you guys too, by the way, after you guys are done with me. So.
Yep, we're done our questions.
We're done.
All right, so I'm gonna switch it up onto you guys now. First of all, do you guys play football? And if you do, what position do you play?
Yeah, I play.
What
You
position?
go first.
Me? I play center back. I could play right back, kind of, and goalie sometimes. I'm not good at goalie at all, though. Kind of, a little bit.
I play soccer. Yeah, I do. I'm actually playing on next Thursday. We actually had we did practice earlier today, but good thing we left early because bad weather came in. Really bad weather.
What position do you play?
Oh yeah. I play anywhere on the attacking line. And that's about it, really.
What do you like to play though? Do you like to play winger? Or do you like to play striker? Do you play across the front?
I like playing wing, but I usually always get put striker because of my shooting.
Well, you can be a good shooter on the wing as well.
My passing isn't all that. That's why.
Passing is just shooting, except you're shooting at a person rather than the goal. So just think of it that way, then you'll be good, right?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Let's take some notes. Yeah, you want the book?
And then question.
Sorry.
I got another question for you. What is your favorite Spurs player? Little K kind of mentioned earlier, but we'll let him answer it again. And why?
I go.
Heung-min Son. I really like him because of his mood all the time. He's always really happy, and he's just really good in general.
Good deal. Big K.
Eric Dyer, because I can relate to him the most. Slow and sometimes very inconsistent. And we also got big heads.
There you go. It's good for heading the ball, right? Good for heading the ball.
I guess we're showing off our hair now.
No, I am. Why'd you take off your hat?
Because you were showing your hair. So.
I don't have any hair, so. But
Shiny.
I have hair here, so I got a beard. Gotta have the beard. And then the last question is why? Why do you? Oh, you said why. Last question is, where do you think we will finish? What position on the table do you think we will finish next season?
Oh, next season.
Yeah, next season.
Number 1.
First.
We're winning the league.
So we're gonna have to make a lot of good signings this summer.
We're gonna get the quadruple. 2.
Personally, I think if we do end up making it to the Champions League, hopefully, we are going to go to the semifinals, get knocked out there. Carabao Cup, win. FA Cup, win. League second.
Since Will's asking questions, I'll answer too. Realistically, but Where I want
Third,
them? Right there, baby.
first.
Right
I think we could finish first or second if we sign the right players.
Yeah.
Realistically, first, and what I want also first.
Because if you think about it, and here's my logic. Everybody knows if you watch my show, I'm the one that likes logic. I like to be logical. We've beaten City twice this year, and we've drawn to Liverpool twice this year. So if we can just fix the problem of beating the other teams, we could compete with Liverpool and City.
Yep.
Yeah. It's just also Chelsea got the quadruple over us, so.
Yeah, but Chelsea, even if we lost to Chelsea twice again next season, but we beat City, we beat or draw with Liverpool, and we beat all of the other teams,
Yeah.
we could win the league next season. So it is possible.
Come on! Come on!
It's not far-fetched. It's really not. Right? Because beating City, losing to City twice, and losing to Liverpool twice, and losing to Chelsea twice, I mean, that's going to push you down the table. I mean, you're already talking 6 losses there, right? And I think we've got 11 losses this season. So we are on, if we win tomorrow, that'll put us on 71 points, and I think City is going to be around 90. So we only need to make up 20 points. But if we are beating City twice and we're drawing with Liverpool twice, that's going to put us in a title race.
Yeah.
If we can fix our form against Burnley, Southamptons, Brightons, Crystal Palaces, Arsenals, West Ham's, stuff like that. If we can beat those teams consistently, we could be in a title fight next season.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
We've seen what Conte's done with the player he just has right now without making any transfers. Two? Betancourt and Kulusevski. Now, Levy backs him up. Imagine. Actually, we don't have to imagine. Summer.
Yeah, we'll see it. We got to watch. I'm from Missouri, originally, I live that we call it. That's our motto is the show me state. So you got to show us to believe it, or we don't believe it. We're very skeptical people in Missouri. So,
well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah,
it was a joy, and hopefully become top 4. Yeah. Can you tell the people where they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at THFC Rants, YouTube at Will Stewart's THFC Rants, Instagram at THFC Rants, and Facebook at THFC Rants. TikTok.
Make sure to go like and subscribe, guys.
Please do.
Thank you for coming today. Bye.
Bye.
Take it easy, fellas.
Bye.
Well, guys, what a great stream today.
Yeah, that was so fun. We talked about Tottenham and Marvel. I think we're the only Spurs people that done that so far.
3 Marvel boys. Let's go.
3 Marvel Spurs boys.
Well, thank you guys for joining us today. I remember, today is to do.
So go for it.
Come on, you
Spurs. School goes.
We sang in France, we sang in Spain, we sing in the sun and we sing in the rain. They tried to stop us, but look what they did. The thing we love most is being a kid, being a kid, being a kid. The thing we love most is being a kid.
Come on, you Spurs.
Make sure to like and subscribe.